Hi, everyone. My name is Jamie Prickett. I am the co-founder and CEO of Experior Financial Group. And today I have the pleasure to do a meeting, an interview, if you will, with one of the greats in this industry that's built a massive organization with a couple other companies before running into us here at Experior. So without further ado, I get to introduce to you Experior Executive Director Simon Makika. Simon, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. I know you've been very busy in the transition to Experior. But just to start off, if you could tell everyone here maybe a little bit about your background in the industry and maybe some of the successes that you've had up until this point.
Thank you very much, Jamie, for having me on this podcast today. I am so blessed and highly favored to actually know somebody like you, a man of very high caliber, a man of his, I just really want to say that. I'm not saying it because I'm here, but then, real quick, my experience in the industry had been really great lately, but it didn't start like that. I started off really just like every other agent would start, struggling a little bit. Started off with the previous IMO, which was kind of, can say maybe like box into some specific product. Yeah, I would not say captive, but so I hate to use that word, but then that was it then. So I didn't have a very great training starting off. But after some time, this is my second year actually of full-time in the industry. I have been in the financial industry for over 70 years, but not really doing insurance and financial advisory like I do now. So as an insurance agent or a broker, I really started having huge successes early in 2021. And that was when I moved from where I was before. So sometimes I just want to think that maybe change is a constant, but where I was before, I didn't have all it takes for somebody to really blow up in the industry. So right. I opened up my mind to other stuff, other things that an agent can do to be productive. It started very well with a previous IMO where I left and went to, but some kind of stuff happened in the back end that I ended up just deciding to move to where I was before meeting you, Jimmy. So yeah, doing great, very great numbers. I mean, I don't know, did you ask if you wanted to know what I've been doing, my numbers, or what brought me to Experior?
Well, let's hear, what kind of numbers were you doing? What your business look like, for maybe the 5 months, 6 months, maybe leading up to joining us here at Experior?
Okay, yeah. In the past 5 months, I have averaged at least $300,000 of business submitted every month in, month out.
Is that personal business or is that team?
Personal production, not
personal
team.
Production.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm talking about personal production. My team is doing crazy numbers right now. I have a very young team because where I was before, the previous IMO kind of took my agents away, and then I had to start from scratch. Right. So I had a very young team I'm building, and that team is just about to explode because last month we wrote over 500,000 dollars business, but I mean they're just over 600 years.
Incredible. And one thing that I really admire about your style of business is that you don't put people into a box, right? You allow the customer to get the best products out there, whether it be IUL, whether it be term, some type of permanent product, really helping them with their retirement along with their insurance needs. How long did it take you to really dissect that world? For example, in the index universal life, a lot of agents find it a struggle to get into that market and to write big premiums like you're writing because you're looking at all of their life, financial needs. How long did it take you when you really started diving into that to get a hold of it?
It took me really not a long time. I would say that I'm a very fast learner. So when I joined the previous IMO that was basically writing index universal life, I didn't have the opportunity to really learn. We were all about base shop or whatever, but it was not really learning the product. So I did the product education myself. I went into actually reading books. Books has been one of the key components of my journey up to this far. So
Nice.
there are a lot of books there, like The Retirement Miracle, The Wealthy Physician, and then we have The Power of Zero. We do have, I also read this book, Money, Wealth, and Life Insurance, but I also did some certification on IURs. I also take time every system, since I illustrate with over 10 different carriers. So I'm so well versed with the concept of illustrating an IUR. And now here is the whole thing, what counts it all. My journey before I left nursing to join healthcare, to join this, to actually become a licensed financial professional, it was because I saw a lot of suffering where I started working when I immigrated to the United States. I was working in a nursing home, taking care of mostly elderly citizens. And I saw like there was just a lot of suffering. I listened to story after story, and started doing a little bit of research, and that research ended up just pointing out to one thing. Most of those that were in the deplorable situation in those nursing homes where we're taken care of are either those who didn't have life insurance at all, or they didn't have some kind of a retirement supplement plan when they were working. Right. So they ended up in those situations. Some have been faced foreclosure, some having compared to sell their product to their asset in order to be admitted to the nursing home, and so on. And so that actually, I thought that, okay, taking care of physical health is very important, but if you are not financially healthy, there's no way you can be physically healthy. Mm-hmm. So every time I'm educating, I'm talking or sitting face to face with a client, I'm focused on that. I'm trying to make sure that the client understands the importance of financial health before physical health. But if you understand that, if you don't get a product from me, I'm not, because I don't resell a product. I only educate people on their options and help them to choose carefully during the working years. Even if you are retired and you have some sort of money sitting there in qualified plans, 401k, or in plans that you have to pay taxes on those plans, if you have a good age, we can still redirect that money, reposition it so that you get that tax advantage out of that, and so on. So there's a lot of things that we do, but mostly if I meet somebody who is really still young, still working, and planning to retire in the future, those are the best clients I want to work with. Also, even traditional mortgage protection that people usually do, I do what we call the smart mortgage protection. What if I could help you protect your mortgage, and at the same time using that same policy to build some cash that you can get to use too in your retirement years? Right. And not just building cash, but cash that you can actually access tax-free. Yeah. When people hear this, they are like, you mean I can do that? Yeah. Not only that, I'm not only going to help you to do that and protect your mortgage, but I'm also going to put permanent protection over you, no matter how old you grow. If you live up to 120 years, that policy will still be in place. Right. Many people I talk to, they run into serious problems when they are getting like into their 70, 75, 80, when maybe health is not the best at that point. And then now you just got a policy that it lapses in 2 months. No. You're looking, shopping, and wanting to get another one. You can't get it. So what the guy who sold the term policy to you didn't tell you, or the client, is that, hey, this policy could expire at a point where it will be difficult for you to get it. So and just think about it. If everybody out there understands that at some point you can become uninsurable, or it will be hard to insure you, I think nobody will want to go in for a term. It may be left only for places like industries or companies who just want to put some sort of temporal protection on workers. Term policy may be a good fit. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we should not do term as a whole. But if I see somebody who actually is healthy or is still have that chance of getting an index universal life at a cheaper rate, you can use it for your mortgage. You can use it to pay tuition for your kids. You can use it to pay debt, even to just get debt free. Without necessarily using your money, you can accumulate cash within that in order to use it to to either clear your debt or full, or just sponsor a marriage, do whatever you can do to flip homes, to do business. You can use this money to even go after other businesses. And here's the cool thing: when you even use money from Index Universal Life, it's like eating your cake and having it again. So I'm sorry, Jamie, I am taking this session like I'm just talking. That's how passionate I am about this product. So I'm already getting into like doing a presentation now to you, which is, but I like that. So,
but you know, it's funny, Simon, when I had the pleasure of meeting you and your wife when I was down in Texas, and I believe it was September, if I'm not mistaken, and I had the chance to meet you, and we weren't able to reel you in then. You know, this has been a process to get you to really see the big picture of what we're doing as a company. But one thing that impressed me about you is that you were going through and you were explaining one of the products and how you position it with customers. It was like you were educating me on why this would be so great for our company, you know, and to be able to offer this type of stuff. And of course, our sales have exploded since then. And we have a lot of experts in the IUL space as well from the US, which is exciting. But Simon, I got to ask you, because people are probably wondering, I know you've got a lot of friends in the industry, people that have known you for a number of years, all things being the same product wise, because whatever IMO you represent, as long as it's a real IMO, they have access to multiple carriers, right? You have access to multiple carriers with your former IMO, two of your former IMOs. You had access to multiple carriers, similar product lineup that we have. What made you decide, coming off of a record month of 500,000 in premium with your team, why would you ruffle the feathers? Why would you, get down and dirty again to come on board with Experior when you already had things rocking and rolling? What made you decide to do that?
Very difficult question, but I like it. All right. What makes me to do this is the fact that I am team oriented. I'm constantly looking for the best for my agent. If you listen to me keenly, you hear that, hey, I've been doing like 300 consecutively. But if I have a team of maybe 60 agents and then they can do just 20% of what I'm doing, it means there's something wrong. Right? Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the bulk of the work. So I want to make sure I'm able to just replicate what I do in every agent I recruit. And it's been difficult doing this just alone. So partnering with great leaders like leaders from Experior who have already shown me what they're able to do, their incredible support, helping to train my team, helping me with part of the work that I used to do alone. And so just putting everybody in position where I can just maybe just focus on coaching and just product education and helping them to grow. It will make us to make money, all of us. Yeah, this is kind of something I didn't get for where I was before. And again, don't get me wrong, I love being having a cool head. Nobody trying to micromanage me, nobody trying to tell me what to do. That I quit 9-to-5 job because I wanted to be an independent entrepreneur, right? Yep. So how is it that I'll get now into the industry of building my own business, and then somebody is telling me, hey, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this, you don't have to post this. We all are aware of compliance. We do know what is compliant. So long as we stay compliant in the industry, there's no need why we should micromanage an agency manager, right? Yeah, absolutely. So,
and that's one of the things that at Experior, we took a lot of pride in the fact that, yes, we have a mothership. The mothership is Experior, but we've also got people that are part owners in Experior now. All of our executive director team, one thing that you're going to be earning probably in your first couple of weeks with us as we go forward is to become a shareholder in this company. And one thing that we pride ourselves in is that we've created this to be an equal opportunity. So Simon Makika can become, the leader of his organization, but he can also develop others to get the same contract that you have, and they can go out and develop an organization of 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 agents, and you still benefit even though you're at the same contract level. And that was important to us at Experior because we found that with a lot of the models out there in the industry, you always had to keep someone down. If you wanted to profit and benefit or to have a vested interest, because let's face it, we're spending time away from our family to build and develop other agents. We wanted there to be a vested interest, but now we have the equal opportunity where there's still that vested interest to develop other independent, successful leaders. Simon, one last thing before I let you go. what's your vision over the next 6 to 12 months? Let's say by the end of this year, what would you like to see your business doing as a part of Experior between now and the end of this year?
Okay, before I answer that question, Jamie, I would like to expatiate on what you just said. So actually,
please do.
Yeah, I'm a builder. As you can see, I can Leader Life Financial Solution under also Leader Life Legacy Builder. We are really focused on building something that can last or that can sustain us and others for as long as we live. So in order to build, I've been looking for a real builder model IMO. And I didn't find just the builder model in Experior. Experior is really a next generation IMO that combines the builder model and the high compensation model together. So, I mean, what am I losing if I'm not dropping down income, but I'm still given the opportunity to build as much as I can? And I see actually Experior just got me with all the generational bonuses, generational overrides, and all the bonus systems that we have here. I mean, imagine getting somebody at the same level as you are and still being able to have a 14% override on that person forever. Yeah. That's incredible. And not only that, but you get to override first generation, second, fifth, up to the 7th generation in your agency. Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's really mind-blowing. The shareholding part, I mean, getting shares just on your production, not putting $1 million, not putting 500,000, not putting some millions down in order to own part of the company. What am I losing? So I rather go to work hard, get paid for my hard work, and still get compensated by being awarded shares with Experior. And not only that, but also qualifying for the lifetime legacy buyout or the business buyout program that Experior has. If you make a certain amount of production, then you qualify to have money forever. If you leave Experior, Experior buys your code. Your code continue to function so long as there are people underneath that code producing. You're able to get paid even if you pass away. Like if I pass away, my family or whoever I put as beneficiary for my business does not only inherit my book of business, but actually inherit those that are still living and working under my code.
Correct.
That's crazy. Yep. Elsewhere, if you die, your code stops, or your people, your agent rules over to your upline or whatever. Yep.
And that's unfortunately with the IMOs that are out there. And I think there's a lot of great IMOs out there. Most of them, I think, where they're really strong is if you want to sell, and if that's all you want to do is sell. What's great about Experior, and as you said, Simon, is you can sell here and you can move up the ranks just like any other IMO, but you can also build, and not just build for the temporal while we're here, because we're only here for a flicker. This is something that when you build it, it can be passed on from generation to generation. And I know I've heard other IMOs say the same thing, but it's not the case because they haven't built the ecosystem to allow a minor beneficiary to take on the proceeds with a trustee in place. Maybe the trustee or the spouse or the child or whoever the money is going to upon death, which can be paid out infinitely through our ownership program. It requires that they hold a license, that they're appointed with every carrier that business is being done, that they have the license in every state which business is being done. And if they wanted to be in Canada, most of them don't even have that option. So that's what we really wanted to build that ecosystem around, Simon, where we can pay that out on death. The following week upon death, that money continues to go to your beneficiary, whether licensed or not. Because of the agency downline organization that you built. So I'm so glad that you did bring that up.
Yeah. The fact that I want every agent out there to hear this, the fact that you can build your agency, even if you choose to say, hey, I am quitting the insurance industry, I want to go do something, maybe I want to go do nursing or do whatever, something else. So long as they are still, the people you brought into Experior are still there, they are still yours. Experior doesn't snatch those people from you. And again, when you even qualify for competition or for position, the next position, like other IMO do, there's no exchange leg. Like they will take your leg to exchange into whatever. You take your strongest agent, and then you are kind of just handicapped. You have to start afresh. So just all of these good things put together, I mean, it makes me, and when you made mention of when you were talking about how actually somebody could really build the structure and still go away. Even if you want to leave, the shares that you acquire, Experior can buy it, or they are still yours, you go with it. It's a legal certificate being issued to you once you qualify for the shares. That was like mind-blowing to me. And I was like, let me wait a minute. And then, Jamie, when you show me that share certificate, I sent it to my attorney, and he said, wow, this is genuine. I said, this is, yeah, I think I can trust these people. So I'm so happy to have actually met Experior, and man, I can't wait to see what is going to happen in the future.
Well, that it excites me, Simon, because obviously I know what you're capable of doing, and I know that you're going to be a great partner to work with us. And maybe the last point I'll make before I ask you that question one more time, but I want to just make the point here, Simon, that you're not just building an agency. You're not becoming an agency owner. You are building an IMO within an IMO, and you get to own a piece of the mothership. I mean, that's really what we've done with that generational comp is we're paying out IMO comp. I mean, this is what agents can build in their business with us. So we don't look at anyone as downlines or executive directors. Yes, that's our fancy title, but we look at you as a partner, and we're looking forward to partnering with you for many years to come to build something special in the United States as we continue to grow. But last question again, I want to ask you this year, my man, what are you planning on doing with your business? What do you think it's going to look like for you over the next, the course of 2022?
Jamie, right now, if I could write 1.6 million of life business in 4 months, or let's say just call it 5 months, I'm very sure with as little team as I have, and looking at just 1 week with Experior, how many guys we've onboarded, over 75 agents already get it all rolling, and there are a lot of people still just waiting, and those that just passed their exam. So looking at this type of momentum that is coming, I am very certain, and I don't want to put a figure, but I'm somebody who likes to always put figures out. So where I think we're going to like maybe 10x our production by the end of this year. So if you can take 10x from 1,600,000 now, then you know what that means. Yeah.
Well, I have no doubt if someone can do it, Simon, that it's going to be you. And I've seen that the trust with the people that already work with you, what also blew my mind is that the trust they had in you, it was almost like I just got in to show my face and say, hey, it's me. But really, they weren't worried about what I said, although they wanted to learn a bit of what I wanted to share. But they were more concerned with, hey, I trust Simon. Simon's done his homework for the last 5 or so months. And their trust in you just speaks volumes to your character and what you're all about with your team. So anything else, Simon, you want to share before we close this off today?
Yeah, just to say that, hey, here are the key differences. With Experior, you don't even need to get licensed in all states to override your agency. And let alone, you can also override, you can be an agency in Canada, you can be an agency in Mexico, in the United States. This is opportunity that we didn't have where we were before. Now, building this agency, it means that I don't need a work permit over there in Mexico, in Canada. If I just have agents there, I can recruit them. They start building, they do all the homework, they get licensed, they have the legal right to work there. But so long as I was the one who brought the message to them, they do business, and I get override on them through the Experior central compensation system, which is great. So, I mean, we don't need license to override in individual state, except you really want to solicit business in those states. That's when you need a license. So for those of us agents who don't want to be renewing 10, 20, 50 license, you can focus in Experior. You can come to Experior, focus on just recruiting and building teams, and then have your home license, and you will still be able to make more money than even the guy that have license in all 50 states, paying renewals, doing all this stuff. Yeah, this is one of the things. Now, think about owning. I don't know where have we, I don't know where else an agent will become a shareholder of the same IMO that they work. Maybe there are IMOs outside there, But to become a shareholder, you need to pay some maybe fabulous sum of money. But Experior gives out the shares free of charge. You get to own a piece of the company just by doing your work and being paid on that your work, by the way. It's not like they don't pay you on your work. Now, the support for agent attraction and everything that I've seen here with Experior, man, the size of this agency is just only going to get crazy. And the production, I already feel it within me. So if there's anything else I want to say, is just to say thank you, Jamie, for being such an open-minded leader. You listened to me even when I was not part of your organization yet. Yep. You incorporated some smart, great ideas that I brought, and when I was even part of your organization yet. Yep. I want to believe that when I will really start doing this business with you, we will continue to look, fix it, improve it, relentless improvement, all so that we just stay as competitive as we are today.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I've always said that we want to continue to grow and get better every single day. As soon as you think you've arrived, you're going to start going backwards. And we don't think we've arrived. We know we have a great system, but man, we're just going to continue to evolve it with great leaders like you, Simon. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you got anything out of this video, if you found this to be valuable, you can definitely reach out to Simon. Simon, I guess they can connect with you on Facebook, LinkedIn, any other ways that people can connect with you here?
Yes, you can just type my Instagram is Simon Mekika, just like my Facebook is also Simon Mekika. Yeah, you type it, you'll be able to get to me. Otherwise, you can text me at 469-843-3595. You text that number, just text join. You'll be able to join a group of elite producers where everything that matters to us is helping agents to become productive. Yeah, awesome. So if you're looking to improve on your career, you're a licensed agent who are not making it, listen to me. I said here in the beginning, I'm not saying it. It is, the numbers are out there everywhere. Have you met an agent that on his own pen will continuously write 100, then not 100, 200, 300, $300,000 every month in, month out? Come on, let's go. Let's even cut it into three. Just say 100,000. Just continue. What if you could write 100,000 of annualized premium? We're not talking about asset under management. For asset under management, in the past 5 months, I had more than 250 million of asset under management.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal. Well, you get the chance to learn from Simon if you reach out to him. Simon, again, looking forward to working with you. Let's go build something special here all across the United States, Canada, and many more countries to come.
I can't wait for that, Jimmy. Thank you. My pleasure.
Hey, if you like this video or any of the other videos that I have on my channel, stay tuned. We have so many more coming, but I want to make sure that you're in the know, that you know when they're coming. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notification bell.